to my new subscribers. Welcome to my channel, and hello to my existing subscribers too. This video is just going to be a very quick one, although I always say that and they always end up being a bit longer than I expect. But I'm super tired today. We had a bit of a rough night with our little one. She's all full of cold. She didn't sleep very well, so I'm very tired and kind of feeling a bit but I didn't want to be kind of late in doing my video, so I thought I had a little idea of what I might like to do my video on this week, so I thought I'd get it done for you. So since we're coming into spring, I'm planning a lot of spring activities for the toddlers, and the weather's much nicer. When we're going on our walks, we're noticing lots of new spring flowers popping up. So I've got a nice list of really easy, simple toddler activities, Montessori inspired, for you to do throughout spring. So the first activity is painting with flowers. So we've started to display flowers in the playroom. Since we're coming to spring, there's lots of flowers and local flowers around, with daffodils everywhere in this country. So yeah, I've been buying daffodils, displaying them, we've been talking about them, and then when they kind of come to the end of their life, when they start to get a bit sad and floppy, we've been using them for painting. So if you get daffodils like this, so this is our little arrangement at the moment. If you get daffodils like this, I'll find the name of them, but they're super fluffy in the middle. You'll see all daffodils are really different, but this is of a certain type of daffodil, and they're really good for painting because of the fluffiness. So we just did this activity today before naps, and it went really well. They're really good for, really easy to hold, and the big fluffy head picks up a lot of paint, and it makes a really good kind of pattern on the paper. So they really enjoyed that. Yeah, so it's a really good idea for using up flowers that you've had displayed that are just kind of like going a bit floppy and kind of like no good anymore. So the second activity is flower arranging. It's a really good activity for lots of different ages, up to the kind of toddler age, so kind of 2, 3, 4. You can get a little pot with some water in and just lay the flowers out, and they can arrange them in the pot. It's a good sensory experience as well because they can feel them. There's all the different colours and the smells, and there's a lot of learning opportunities there as well. There's opportunity for language. They might want to talk about the flowers they're holding, learn the names of them, talk about all the different colours, and it creates a really beautiful display in your playroom as well, or in your home somewhere. So yeah, flower arranging is a really good idea. You can find flowers in your garden, local flowers. You can go out specifically and choose flowers from like a garden centre or something, which is again is a really nice part of it. But yeah, flower arranging is a really good kind of springtime activity, and it's lovely to have that displayed because it looks beautiful, you know, with the sun coming in. So in springtime, it's a really good time to start planting things. There's a really great learning opportunities around planting and introducing children to kind of getting their hands dirty and learning how things grow. So there's lots of different things that you could do. One idea that I've got, which we're going to do probably in the next month or so, is planting cress. So you can buy little seeds of cress and you can plant them in anything really, because they grow really, really well. So you could use, I've seen online people using eggs, you know, like empty eggshells. It's a really good way to plant, and you can use the egg box for them to stand in as well. You can put them on a windowsill, you can put them, you know, in your playroom, and they can watch them grow, which I think is really great. So it's super simple, and they'll really enjoy kind of getting their hands dirty and planting all those little seeds and then watching them grow. And another great thing after they've grown is that they can eat them. So you can put them in their food and they can learn about kind of how food comes to be, eaten and how it comes to be on their plate, and you know, where food comes from really. So the same activity would be something in the garden. So if you wanted to plant some vegetables, this time of year is really good for planting like potatoes, certain varieties. You can plant beans, all sorts of things really. Yeah, so you can start planting vegetables. Again, they can watch them grow, you can measure them as they grow, they can really take care of them. So it's a great way for children to learn how to take care of things. There's kind of an emotional aspect to that, of learning to take care of something and take ownership of looking after it, which I think is really lovely. As they can go and water them every day, kind of observe how they're growing, and then at the end of it they can eat them, which is really great. They can even, and then when it comes to harvesting, they can learn to chop, they can learn to cook. You know, it's all things you can do together right from the beginning to the end. So there's fantastic learning opportunities in that kind of thing. Another planting activity could be planting bulbs and planting seeds and flowers. And yeah, it's all really easy things that you can do together, and you don't need a lot of space. So you don't really need a garden if you had a balcony, or you could put them on your windowsill. You could do herbs, which are really great for growing on windowsills. So yeah, lots of ideas there for you. So another great activity is learning about the anatomy of a flower. So kind of sticking on the flower theme here, if you've got some flowers around the home, like daffodils or daisies or sunflowers or whatever, it's a good opportunity for them to explore them and then learn about them as well. I've seen lots of free resources online that you can print off, which have a picture of a flower, and then it will tell you kind of different areas of it and what they're called. So kind of the stem and the petals and everything inside. Yeah, so it's a really great way for them to learn new language and explore their environment really, and kind of nature and that kind of thing. So this is one of our favourite activities at the moment. We spend lots of time outdoors. We go for walks, we visit nature reserves, that kind of thing, even just hanging out in the garden. But these are find it cards, and each one is really different. So it's basically things for them to find out in nature. It makes kind of walks really exciting because they can explore their environment and kind of investigate and try and find particular textures and colours, that kind of thing. So I'll give you some examples. So this one says rough. There's a learning opportunity when it comes to language as well, because they can learn the word rough and what it looks like. There's colours as well, so they go and find something green, and it really gets them looking and observing their environment when you're out walking. There's like bumpy and orange and heavy, and they'll really have so much fun trying to find these things whilst you're out kind of walking and stuff. We take these with us pretty much all the time wherever we go, and they always ask me to get them out so that they can explore and find different things. So this one's really cool. It's a tiny one, so they have to find something really, really small as that little dot there, something yucky and something smelly. These aren't particularly a spring activity, you can do them any time of year. We've been using these all through winter, to be honest, but they're particularly good in spring. It's a good way to point out things that are growing in spring, like new buds on the trees, birds and nests, and new growth like flowers and all sorts of things really. Sunshine in the sky. Yeah, lots of spring activity out there. So these are really great for this. I'll link this below. So the last one is around the kind of planting theme again. If you're going to be doing like planting seeds and flowers and herbs and vegetables, that kind of thing, another really great kind of arty, crafty activity would be to plant pots. So you can buy terracotta, ceramic, plant pots, and they can spend time painting them and mixing colours and doing different designs and different textures. And I love having these things displayed around the garden and home as well. I love having homemade things, and just looking at kind of how they go about creating what they create. So then that's a really good activity for the children, and they'll love seeing them as well and being proud of what they've made. Another really thing to do with Easter coming up is Easter egg painting. You can find wooden Easter eggs or ceramic ones, or even cardboard eggs they do as well, and they can do those and paint them, and you can display them. You can hang them up, you can put them in the garden and do a kind of like Easter egg hunt. So yeah, those are my spring activities, all of which we'll be doing. We're loving the sunshine coming in and spring kind of showing itself and all the cold weather going away, which I've just kind of been a bit sick of lately, to be honest. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful for you. Just a reminder, our toddlers are between 2 and 2.5, so these activities are all perfect for that kind of age range. So yeah, enjoy spring and enjoy kind of getting out in nature, and let me know if you've got any ideas to share with me, because I'm on the lookout for fun activities to do with the toddlers. So again, thanks so much for watching, and see you soon.